This is a very talented actress you know from the show Sex Education. She's starring in The White Lotus, which airs its highly anticipated season 3 finale this Sunday at 9 p.m. on HBO and streams on Max. Let's take a look.
So the most important thing is to take everything very slow. Just clear your mind of everything else. So you get the idea, yeah?
Please welcome to the show, Amy Lou Wood, everybody. I am so happy you're here.
I'm so happy I'm here. You're the nicest one. That's what everyone says.
Really? Is that the word out on the streets?
The word on the street. Yeah, you've got a glowing reputation.
Well, that's
Seth.
wonderful.
You really do.
I have to make sure not to throw it away over the course of the next 8 minutes.
Let's hope.
Now, this is a show, like myself, you were a huge fan of the first 2 seasons.
Huge. Super fan.
So what was it like when you found out, when you got the news that you were actually going to be on season 3?
It was both exhilarating and terrifying. I was so scared because the reality sunk in that, oh my God, I'm actually going to be in this. And it's such an ensemble piece, isn't it? Like, it's about the group, and you just don't want to be the one that lets the group down.
Yeah.
The pressure. And it's Mike, and it's just, and it was, but
How
it was amazing.
fast did it happen? Because I think I had a similar thing when I got hired on SNL, right? You have like an hour of being thrilled, and then I had the same thing of like, oh no, I'm gonna, 30 seconds.
I honestly went, woo! And like the guy at the bar was like, what's going on? And he started playing the White Lotus theme tune, and it was all celebration. Then I was like, and then I had to pretend like, because all my friends were going, this is the best news ever, and I'm going, I am so happy about it.
Oh my God, that is way too quick an arc that you took.
I'm a Scorpio moon.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that. Let's get to astrology, because I was fascinated to hear that you auditioned initially with an American. It was written as an American.
Yeah.
So, being an actor, as you are, you had an American accent. You were ready to go.
I was.
And then, what was it that made them say, no, actually, we want you to do it with that voice?
Well, I think they've been looking for Chelsea for a while, and Mike's very instinctive with his casting. He kind of just, it's all intuition. It's like, that's them.
Yep.
Like, we don't do chemistry tests. Like, me and Walton had never met. The ladies had never met. It's all just, he trusts that it's going to work. And so they hadn't found Chelsea yet. And I think they'd maybe, everyone was doing the American accent. And it was kind of like, you know, because talking about astrology as an American, it starts to feel quite LA.
Yep.
And it was like Scorpio, you know, and then they were like, do one in American, but do one in her own voice. And I think there was something about, it made it slightly more off-center and maybe a bit more individual. When it was in a Manchester accent.
Yeah, I don't think any of us were like, oh, that old trope.
That old trope, the old Mancunian hippie astrologer. It's like, it's not really a thing.
Yeah, so you were like, it was new ground for you. But this is also, I don't know if Mike knew this or not, but you do have a taste for astrology. You are interested in it.
Insatiable.
And you actually asked, you said you would do a reading. Is that the correct, am I using the correct terminology?
Yes.
For me, if I gave you my birth date, including the time.
Which you were so specific about, which I loved, because you're such a Capricorn.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Yeah.
So that's the specificity is true to my Capricorn ways?
It's very true.
Okay.
And I just thought, of course he's Capricorn, because he's given me the exact minute. You didn't round it up, you didn't round it down. It was 43.
Well, because you asked, and I gave you what you asked.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Seth.
So what have you found?
So I've got my phone, just in case I forget, but I actually think I've memorized it.
Okay.
So your big 3, which is your sun, your moon, and your rising.
Okay.
So you're a Capricorn sun.
Great.
So it's actually the father of the zodiac, which might explain why everyone feels so safe and comforted around
lovely
you.
to hear. Okay.
But also very driven, very ambitious and hardworking.
Okay.
Your moon is Aquarius. Now, my sun is Aquarius, so that means that we're cosmically linked.
Oh, great.
Sun and moon is...
by the way, I was feeling that.
Yeah, exactly. And Aquarius is your eccentricity. They're known as the alien signs. They're the mavericks. They're kind of creative, revolutionary types. So that makes sense that your default setting, which is your moon, your most core private self, is actually a bit of an alien, eccentric thing. But then the thing that you've grown into and you've used in your life is your Capricorn father, you know, earthy. So you've got earth, air, and then your rising, which is kind of like your motivation for life and what you like in life, is Virgo.
Okay.
And that's also very hardworking, very earthy, very practical. So I can understand why you're such a safe.
This has been wonderful for me.
Earth. A lot of earth in there.
Love it.
A lot of earth.
Now, can I ask you, will you be honest with what I'm going to ask? Have you ever done a reading for someone where it's been like, you're a dud?
I have got some people's charts and been like, oh my God! Oh my God, that's really interesting. Really interesting. And you think, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Because your Mercury is Capricorn, so how you communicate is the same as who you are. So, whereas a lot of people can have a Mercury that's completely different.
Oh, that's the rising.
Yeah, well, Mercury's actually a communication planet.
I knew that.
I've gone deep. I've gone really far down into the chart.
How far down are you? Like 6, 7?
I've gone intense. Yeah, I'm actually stopping myself now because I could go on for 3 hours.
I want to ask you a question about something that happened on the show, which is Walton Goggins, your co-star. He just said that he was bitten by a snake during the fantastic episode where you guys go to a snake farm. I don't quite know the right terminology.
Yeah.
You're not afraid of snakes at all.
I'm not afraid at all, but I knew Walton was terrified.
So going into it, you knew.
I knew, and I was giving him hugs in between takes, and he was shaking. He was so scared. He was so brave, because he just had to go on autopilot and just do the thing. Whereas I was like, oh, can I hold them?
Yeah.
They're so cute. And he was just so terrified. And it's not the first time a snake has nipped him.
Yeah, it seems like he's somebody who has like come to their fear of snakes honestly.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
He has reason.
If he keeps getting bit by them, it's not like, why are you so weird about snakes?
Yeah, it's happened twice on 2 different jobs.
Yeah.
Like that is, but yeah, I also fell that day.
How'd you fall?
When I was, so the snake did bite a leg, but it was not my leg, obviously. It was my fake leg.
Yeah.
It was the fake leg that was made. 3D printing, lasers, all of this.
Your leg? If they made it, when you saw it, did you think, wow, that's a good...
I was like, do you know what? Not too bad. Yeah. But they did like a laser scan of my leg and then printed it, and they did the skin, so it was exactly the same, but I did have a tan by the time the leg got there, so it was a slightly different colour. But the snake bit that leg, and then they had to throw it away because there was venom in it. It was all very cool.
Wow.
But when I obviously had to run away from the snake was not actually there. I was imagining the snake was there, and I ran off. I stacked it. Honestly, like, full on stacked it onto the floor and was pretending that I found it funny, because that's what you have to do when you fall.
Yeah.
You can't act like you're in pain. And I was like,
you know that thing too when you fall and you're like, I hope no one was looking? Yeah, everyone was looking.
And I was like, Frank, to the camera guy, I was like, Frank, I know you found that funny. It's so funny, right? He's like, no, Amy, you're bleeding. You're bleeding. And then the medic's running in. Walton's like, oh my God, the whole side of my body's bleeding. But I'm going, I'm not bleeding. This is so fun. And then, like, Walton was bit. It was all chaos that day.
Fun day on set.
Fun day.
All right, last thing, and then I'll let you go. Obviously, I'm assuming there's going to be some relief for you based on the fact that everybody has probably, for certainly the last 2 months, been asking you who dies in the finale of The White Lotus. Are you going to be relieved that you...
So stressful, Seth.
Yeah.
Like, I found out when I was 29 years old.
Yeah.
I'm 31 now.
Wow. You've held this secret for 2 years.
That's how long I've been holding that secret.
Wow.
So I need it to be over now, because I've got that thing like when you need the loo and you're in the car and then you see you've made it the whole journey, but then you see the front door and you think, I can't do the 5 more steps to the front door. That's how I feel.
Thank you on behalf of all of us for holding your secret.
Thank you.
What a delight to have you here. Thank you so much. You guys, this is Amy Lynn Wood, everybody. Season 3 finale of The White Lotus here Sunday night.